What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching the second race of the Michigan doubleheader here at Michigan International Speedway, race 22 this season, and I have to say that this race was not the worst race I've seen in 2020, but this race was worse than yesterday's race at Michigan. Overall, air played a lot bigger of a factor in this race, and we saw a driver just flat out dominated. While he did get challenged at the end of the race, Kevin Harvick today was able to score his sixth win of the 2020 season and his 55th career win. He ties Rusty Wallace in the all-time win list for 10th in all-time win list. Congratulations to Kevin Harvick on winning today. There were some big storylines coming into this race, so as we got to see 13 drivers had to go to the rear, including Aric Almirola and Tyler Reddick also had to go back, if I'm not mistaken, along with Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon, all had to start in the back due to changing their cars or having to start in the back because they were involved in wrecks yesterday. I have to say overall that this race was a lot more calmer than yesterday's race. It's just that Kevin Harvick, today especially, just flat out had the best car. There was really no touching Kevin Harvick. The only time I think anybody had anything for him was Clint Bowyer. Had a really good start to the race. He led a lot of the laps, but he fell back. Kevin Harvick on a pit stop as well. He literally jumped up 6 spots, and I'm like, Harvick's going to win this thing. Like, no one's going to touch Harvick in this event because Kevin Harvick flat out just dominated. I mean, he dominated and swept the weekend and just continues to show why, he's at the top of his game right now. Kevin Harvick right now, I think, is at the peak of his career, getting his 55th career win today. That is insane. So now let's go ahead and go through the results already because there really wasn't much that happened. I mean, the end of the race I thought was going to get shaken up. Because, in all honesty, I thought that Alex Bowman was going to affect the outcome of the race because I thought some guys were going to come down pit road. Aric Almirola actually had a shot to beat Kevin Harvick. It looked like he had the second best car in this race. But he had to come to pit road because he didn't have enough fuel in the tank. And only a few cars came in right behind him. Almirola drove all the way back up to a top 10 finish. Great run for Aric Almirola as well. The Chevys were not really there at all today. The Chevys completely struggled in this race. All Hendrick struggled. RCR really wasn't that fast. Ford pretty much had the dominant manufacturer. They dominate the weekend once again. And, Ford just continues to, that's why they become the best organization currently in NASCAR right now. And Kevin Harvick, like I said, won today's race, so congratulations to Kevin Harvick. So anyway, let's go through and get out of here real fast. So Kevin Harvick won today's race. Best car, no surprise there. Denny Hamlin finishes second. Denny Hamlin gave Kevin Harvick a really good shot at the win today. They had a good battle for the victory in today's race. But Hamlin, because of the dirty air around the cars, Denny Hamlin was not able to pass Kevin Harvick. He comes home with a second place finish, though. Mark Truex Jr. finishes third. This is his fourth straight top 3 finish. Truex is starting to show a lot more speed over the last couple weeks. He might be getting some more wins here very, very soon. I expect him to be contending for more wins. Kyle Busch finishes fourth in today's race. Kyle Busch put together overall a solid day. He was up front a lot of the race. There just wasn't enough of a long run. He was kind of fell back through the field. But coming home with a 4th place finish, that's a good run for him. Joey Logano, my pick to win race 2 this afternoon, comes home with a 5th place finish. Great run for Joey Logano. Aric Almirola finished his 6th. Matt DiBenedetto finished his 7th. Austin Dillon 8th. Chase Elliott finished his 9th. And Kurt Busch finished his 10th. Jimmy Johnson finished his 11th. William Byron 12th. Ryan Newman 13th. Clint Bowyer 14th. Matt Kenseth 15th. 16th, Ryan Preece. Christopher Bell finished 17th. Christopher Bell had a tire go down near the end of this race, about 50 laps ago, along with Clint Bowyer, who had a tire up from a crash we'll discuss here in a minute. But Christopher Bell was running in the top 5 a lot of this race. He showed a lot of promise and a lot of speed. And another great run was unfortunately ruined by a tire going down, and he rebounds to a 17th place finish. So that's a pretty good run for Christopher Bell. Ty Dillon, 18th. 19th goes to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and 20th place goes to Chris Buescher. Bubba Wallace, I thought was going to have a little bit better run today. Finishes 21st. Corey LaJoie, 22nd. John Hunter finishes 23rd. Tyler Reddick, 24th. And I expect Tyler Reddick to have a little bit of a better run today as well. 24th is not a good finish for him. Cole Custer, 25th. Daniel Suarez, 26th. 27th, Eric Jones. Eric Jones had a lot of speed at the beginning of this race, but really fell back at the end and never really could get back in contention. In fact, he finished 27th. That's really going to hurt him in the playoffs, and we will discuss on tomorrow's episode when we go look at the playoff bubble tomorrow. Michael McDowell, 28th. J.J. Ely, 29th. And 30th place goes to Brendan Poole. 31st, Reed Sorensen. 32nd, Quinn Houck. 33rd, Josh Blicky. 34th, Garrett Smithley. 35th, Timmy Hill. 36th, Alex Bowman after cutting a tire down and going to the garage. 37th place, James Davison. 38th, Ryan Blaney. And 39th, Brad Keselowski. The reason those two finished last, while battling for the race lead between those two drivers, there was some contact that took place. Not Ryan Blaney. Keselowski was looking to make a move down into the inside lane, trying to pass for the race lead, but he got loose going into the corner around 60 laps to go. Keselowski shot out the racetrack and collected Ryan Blaney, which is a great shame because both those guys were having very, very solid days at today's race. They probably were going to contend with Harvick for the race win, but unfortunately because of that, those guys ended up finishing 38th and 39th in today's race. So that is your finishing results. And now let's talk about the race a little more and get out of here. So overall, like I said, I thought today's race was okay. It wasn't like a barn burner, a solid race. I thought today's race was an all right race for Michigan standards. Michigan, in my honest opinion, is not a really great racetrack. I think the choose cone did help the race a little bit, especially on the restarts. And we nearly had a side-by-side finish for the win. I mean, Denny Hamlin was getting a run on down the front stretch. He had a huge, huge run. And it looked like he was going to pass him coming down the front stretch. And Hamlin had a better car at the end of the race. But Kevin Harvick, just held him off because of the air. And Kevin Harvick continues to edge us off of why he's one of the greatest drivers of all time. Harvick, in my opinion, right now, I think Kevin Harvick is the favorite to win the championship at this moment. I really don't think you can really, right now, touch Kevin Harvick. Well, Denny Hamlin's the only one I really think that could beat Kevin Harvick at this current moment. But I think that Kevin Harvick is assuming his position as the favorite to win the championship. And I trust Kevin Harvick right now more than Denny Hamlin for this championship because Kevin Harvick has won a championship. Denny Hamlin is known to choke. So I think that Kevin Harvick in general is going to go out there and win. We got more racing coming up this weekend. We actually have the Daytona Road Course. We should do a preview for that as well here around Thursday. I'm really excited to do that one because it's going to be an interesting race because we got a Daytona race that we've never been to before. These guys have no practice at this racetrack. And I'm really excited for that upcoming race. Overall, my score for the race today, I'm going to give this race a not-so-great score. I'm going to give this race a 6 out of 10. I expect this race to be a little bit better. Kevin Harvick just had the flat-out the most dominant car, and he was able today to sweep the weekend here at Michigan International Speedway. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on so you can be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Link description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's race. What did you think of today's race? Let me know in the comments below. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.